Okay.
Step inside, walk this way. You and me, babe. Hey.
Ben's opting to actually read the lyrics instead of going, come and get it out.
I'm sorry, let me correct
Red iPhone.
It's not red iPhone. This was written like 30 years before iPhone. Hey.
What?
It says, love is like a bomb, baby. Come on, get it on. Living like a lover with a radar phone.
Living like a lover with a red iPhone.
I see red iPhone where you get it, but
it's red iPhone.
What is that? I mean, obviously you're somebody who lives with red iPhone.
Exactly.
So
I am a lover with a red iPhone.
What sets that apart from like a normal iPhone, normal life?
It's red. It supports the organization Red in the fight against AIDS. And I have always chosen a red iPhone, not because it's cheaper, but because I am supporting the fight, but also because of Def Leppard.
So it's tied to it. So you want to be like living like a person with a red iPhone.
I am living like a person, living like a what with a red iPhone?
Well, he says radar phone, to be clear.
What the hell is a radar phone?
Look, that's some 80s shit. That's like before our era. We don't know what a radar phone's probably like an early cell phone, right?
I just put up radar phone and then it autocorrects to radar phone meeting. Okay. All right, waiting on a word.com. Maybe radar, they thought it said maybe it's red outfit on. Okay, living like a lover with a red outfit on. Way too long, too many syllables, sorry. Blah blah blah. So they're saying what okay, you're just contemplating it. Tell me what it means. Okay. Def Leppard misheard lyric meme.
Oh, apparently this is okay, there we go. Yeah, radar phone. Red iPhone, yeah.
Radar phone didn't make sense back then until our phones now have a GPS feature, and it sounded like prediction from the first. It's a prediction to the release.
doesn't use radar. That's not the same technology. That's a different thing. Like, I'm pretty sure. We don't need to get into that.
Stop silencing me.
Show my ignorance. But I feel like a radar phone is probably. Oh, they say radar phone is a reference to Radar Love. Is that another Def Leppard? Damn, we're going down a rabbit hole immediately. All right, Radar Love. Oh, a song by Golden Earring.
You know who else has a golden earring?
Mm-hmm.
Me, Slay.
Oh, okay.
I've been ready. What is this? Radar Love.
Radar Love is a song by Dutch rock band Golden Earring from their album Moontan. Sitting with us right now is a Moon.
Who? Moon got golden earring?
Okay. So I guess you would know probably.
No, I don't know the song.
The song is about a radar detector. The song is definitely not about a radar detector. The song is about like a fucking, I think, right? Is that not?
What are the actual? Okay. Guys, hold on. We need some.
Yeah, you know who wrote a song about radar detectors? Darwin Dees. That's the only song about a radar detector I know.
I haven't listened to Darwin Dees in so long. Okay,
all right. Yeah.
It's been a minute. Okay, I can't believe these are the.
Made it through COVID. Okay, sorry.
Okay, love is like a bomb, baby, coming in it on, living like a lover with a radar phone, looking like a tramp like a video. Yes, I believe looking like a tramp like a video vamp. Me and Ben. Demolition Woman, Can I Be Your Man? I've heard those lyrics in that song. Okay, those are true. No lies detected. Yeah. A razzle and a dazzle and a flash, a little light. Television lover, baby, go all night. I don't agree.
Television lover. Yeah. You think he's saying that he loves television, like he can just sit up and like binge watch at night? Is he predicting binge watching as well?
Yeah, he's predicting this, like the TV ready meals and the TV ready table.
I think they had this back then.
Yeah. Did they?
I think so. Yeah.
God damn it! So he's probably referencing that instead. Yeah.
That's disgusting. If you're figuring like fucking with like a one of those folding tables that goes like right on your lap, like that's what you're thinking?
Not very stable.
That's not very stable. That's just
maybe
like a Hungry Man meal, like that kind of gross gravy getting all over you.
Are you mad that I'm using my imagination, Ben?
I'm not mad. I'm just saying this is a disturbing image for me.
Anyway, I'm hot, sticky, sweet from my head to my feet. Get that checked. I don't believe these
light, green light, go. Crazy little woman in a one-man show. Mirror queen, mannequin, rhythm of love, sweet dream, saccharine, loosen up.
Are these real words?
These are not. This doesn't make
independently, these are definitely words. Together, I don't agree.
Crazy little woman in a one-man show. I hate one-man shows.
You don't?
I don't think I could ever sit. I can't sit through one. I don't think I have it in me.
What? Tell us why.
It's just like, I think maybe it's too real, you know? It's like, I feel like they get too vulnerable, and it's just like, I don't know if I can go there, you know? Also, they're boring. That's the main one. It's just like that. It's
so you love characters.
I like characters. I like stand-up. I
was going to ask about stand-up.
I like stand-up, but I feel like stand-up is, you hit in the last per minute. You're going for like keeping it interesting. Where I feel like a one-man show, you can definitely kind of get like a little gratuitous with the quiet time and the deep reflection, you know?
You wouldn't have been there standing ovation at the unveiling of Fleabag, the one woman show for the very first time. You would have been just like, pack it up.
See, I love this. I love the TV show Fleabag. It's a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Miss me with the one man show thing though. I can catch it when it's more developed, when it becomes like,
Okay,
So, pretty
Ixnay on One Woman Show, Fleabag. Yes Way on multiple characters, hot priest guy in there.
Yeah. Once a man got involved, now we're talking, baby.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck a One Woman Show. I'm just citing my co-host here.
Me and the Def Leppard guys, we agree on one thing: it's not fucking in front of a TV, Trey.
They're unstable, blah blah blah. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
unstable.
I just do not believe these are the real lyrics
I think,
of this
you know,
fucking song.
We're nearly done here. Let's finish this out. You got we're skipping the chorus. We all know the chorus, of course. Pour some sugar on me. Blah blah blah.
I'm afraid of what sentence you're about to read because I'm looking at the sentence that I don't want to hear.
You got the peaches. I got the cream.
Yep.
Sweet to the taste. Saccharine. He's done saccharine twice. Because I'm hot. Say what? Sticky sweet. From my head to my feet. Ew. Do you take sugar 1 lump or 2?
What does that mean?
I don't know what the lumps would be in this.
Yeah.
Take a bottle, shake it up, break up the bubble, break it up, then pour some sugar. Yeah, okay. So
I don't like. You know what? It was better when I didn't know the lyrics. It was better when I was thinking it was about a red iPhone.
A red iPhone. Yeah, I mean, the red iPhone would be the least troubling thing. Like, time travel in the Def Leppard universe would be less disturbing than most of what the lyrics are to this.
This
There's
is
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songwriters on this.
Who do you think is responsible for? You got the peaches, I got the cream, and what is their address?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people. I think we've talked about this before, definitely off mic, of just like how much nastier old songs were in some ways.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather hear about wet ass pussy than like I got the cream, girl. Like,
stop it. It's worse.
Yeah.
I don't want. Listen. Yeah. I don't want your metaphors and I don't want your similes.
Obviously, yeah, played Fallout. You got the keep on churning until the butter comes song. That's one of the most disgusting things I've heard in my life.
Yeah, genuinely, I'd rather have it said bar for bar.
Yeah, be
I don't want.
I don't want the euphemisms.
I don't want it because then now I'm like, oh yeah, I would love some peaches right now. And then in your brain it goes, that one Def Leppard song? Disgusting.
That's where we're at. Obviously, this is not a podcast about Def Leppard, although it could be.
It could be.
I've never. I only know Pour Some Sugar on Me, so I think this would be the first and only episode. But maybe you could teach me more. Maybe we could learn more together.
My other favorite Def Leppard song is Photograph. That one is.
Look at this photograph. That one, yeah.
They have similar hair, but no, it's a good song. It's a slower one, and there's nothing nasty about it.
Yep.
There's nothing. Oh, are these lyrics of it? I take that back. It's not a bad lyric. It's just I hate it when it's like.
Are they being nasty immediately?
No, it's not being nasty immediately. It's just like, okay. Yeah. This I don't remember hearing this in the song, which is I'd be your lover if you were there. Put your hurt on me if you dare. Such a woman, you got style. You make every man feel like a child. What?
It's not gross, but it is weird.
It's just weird. It's not gross, but it's just like, what does it mean?
Every man feel like a child. What does that mean?
It's like, oh, you don't know how to do this. Stop.
Yeah.
Get out.
Is that the vibe that we're capturing in the Make Every Man Feel Like a Child?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm okay for that. So
stop it.
I will listen to Photograph, but
just
ignore
just
that
pretend like it's a Pour Some Sugar on Me and you don't understand the lyrics.
I mean, I feel like a lot of like old rock does kind of go weird and like brings children into it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You can't say that Def Leppard's the only ones.
No.
And at least this one is saying little boy. I don't know. Maybe it's not better.
Anyways,
I think reflecting on being a little boy himself. It's not.
Yeah, maybe he's
the little boy in the scenario, which is still not great. I don't know. I'm gonna bail on this one.
Speaking of old rock,
yeah.
We will explain. We didn't just pull up on this episode ready to talk about Def Leppard and
with new looks.
What if we just did not acknowledge the way that me and Ben look right now? No, this is a callback to the previous episode that we recorded where I sort of was giving off a glam rock vibe, so we decided to lean in on it. We're doing some beautiful 80s fashion glam rock right now, and let's do a little dive onto glam rock history. It started or was cooking in 1970s Britain. It can also be called glitter rock. It's a sort of reaction to the socioeconomic landscape of the time and a rejection of progressive rock. So they're like
anti-prog rock.
Yeah, they're like no Pink Floyd. Yeah. So that's what they were doing. Some of the icons in this space are David Bowie, Mark Bolan, Sweet, Slade, Suzi Quatro, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, Alice Cooper, Queen, Roxy Music, Kiss, and T-Rex. The inspiration of the aesthetics is 50s sci-fi movies, Elvis, Golden Age Hollywood, and a lot of androgyny, which is evident in some of the people that I've listed. In the image itself, you get a lot of like print, right? Glitter, rainbows, sequins, stars, lightning bolts, and all that stuff. If you think of some of the icons that come to mind, you've got the David Bowie like lightning, you've got a lot of print, you've got a lot of glitter and glam and all that stuff. And for me, I have taken that in as the the see-through. I saw a lot of like see-through shirts, and I was like, okay, let me do that. I've got my usual. I feel like my hair is just a cop out. My hair looks like this all the time. And I've got like my beautiful little scarf because it's not period appropriate, but it is a fleece jacket that I get to go like this as.
Okay.
But yeah, so
shoulder,
yeah, the shoulder, you know, because and I also used to go like this. Slay. Right, so that is how I've taken in the glam rock. We've decided that I'm British glam rock, but Ben, explain yourself.
I would I think clearly an homage to Twisted Sister. Going for the androgyny in there. I feel like I like about glam rock hair metal that it would still piss off conservatives today. I feel like that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, you know, obviously some of the lyrics, they hold up. No. I accessorized with some of my lovely partners' costume bracelets that I got for a goth outfit that they did earlier this year. So I had that, and then I just have a little tank, a little muscle tee action. That was what sparked this all. It's kind of a callback to JD's fit or general fits for the show for the watchers. But yeah, that's the vibe. That's it.
How's Ben? I know you have no longer a ton of your usual hair before. How is putting on the wig?
It's super easy. It's just you know, I feel like I kind of like the wig.
I kind of love this length on you.
I think it's not a bad length. Honestly, I've never. I think I might need to like take better care of my hair next time I grow it out. But I think I could go long.
I think it would like work because you do like the buns and stuff, and I think you could really like go ham on like hair design. You could do it.
Yeah, and I feel like I have like a naturally curly texture as well, so I think it would have some volume to it, which is nice. I like volume. I don't want to look like a greasy little boy, you know.
Yeah. Oh my God, between the two of us, we've got a lot of hair on the show.
Yeah, greasy ponytail white boy, not who I want to look like.
Oh my God, but yeah. So that is our look for today. Maybe we'll think about what we're coming up on next time around, because right now it is just recording wise, it's December.
It's December. It's the darkest month, and we're keeping it light for a couple episodes at least. JD got some stuff cooking, and so we're kind of entering a dormant period, a hibernation period. So we're gonna do more. So these kind of story time episodes, and just keep it light, keep it fun, and keep it pushing.
Yeah, light and quirky. But we're not gonna abandon the concept of scaring me specifically. So today we are gonna go. We did this before as well, where we read stuff off of Instagram, a specific Instagram page that had stories about poison teacup, piss cup. Would you?
Well, I'm going to on this.
Listen, I tried. That is my first attempt at today. But yeah, so we have pulled up some interesting places that we are going to check out, and we've got some options just in case it gets a little too wily. But yeah, how do we go about this, Ben?
Do we rock, paper, scissors for it?
Oh God. Okay. What?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you win. So
oh God.
First or last?
All right, I'll go first. Historically, I'm actually very bad at rock, paper, scissors. So
I'm
first
not
win.
Either, so
But one first win. Okay, so I am on Creepypasta Wiki, and I just hit the random button, and this one starts off with this one is titled Claustrophobia. This is our what is this? Reacting to creepypasta. Okay. Before we start, Ben, how do we feel about claustrophobia?
You know, I don't like being in like a super tight space. I did have a recurring nightmare as a little child, as a wee one, that I was like crawling into a tunnel, and the tunnel just kept getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And so I don't know what that one meant, but it was creepy. I didn't like it as a kid. Definitely a disturbing dream that I had fairly regularly. But overall, I can handle being in a small space. Yeah.
I think I'm okay with being in small spaces. The only times that I really experienced claustrophobia was there was a period in high school where I had to go to the doctor all of the time, and I was just getting MRIs left and right.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I could develop claustrophobia right here, right now. Because the hospital here, it's like, obviously MRIs are kind of like, they're not kind of, but they're big, huge fucking magnets. So they put the like, what is it? Like a portable out in the back, and you're in there by yourself because they're in a different room. They don't want to get sucked into the MRI. And I was like, I could develop claustrophobia right here, right now. But
we make this happen.
Yeah, I was like, let's do it. Just kidding. But yeah, okay. So we're on Creepypasta Wiki, claustrophobia. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay. Claustrophobia. Has curiosity ever gotten the better of you? Has it ever gotten you into trouble? If so, how do you think you would get out? I want you to imagine something. Imagine you are in an empty room. You don't know how you got there or how you're going to get out. All that you see is a door. You look around and you see it is the only way out of this room. Curious to see what is inside, you go in, but surprisingly, all that is there is a smaller version of the room. Nothing has changed, and you find another door in front of you. Thinking it can't get much worse, you go inside. But yet again, you find a smaller version of the previous room. Since there's nothing else to do, you keep going.
Just my dream.
You find yourself going to room after room, each one getting smaller and smaller as you progress. You end up having no choice but to crouch, then crawl, then go prone. I'm sorry, Ben. The rooms get so small that it is too late to turn back. The only thing you can do is move to the next room. Let me ask you something. Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are the walls closing in on you right now? Does that room feel airtight? I bet it does. Now, back to our little predicament. You are so far into this abyss that you're forced to keep going. And as you crawl, you find yourself hoping that this torture will end. But what you didn't realize is that many rooms back, there was an air vent, one that would lead you to the outside world. Full of guilt, regret, and the knowledge that you are never getting out of here, you stop. Your current room is so small that you are stuck in a fetal position, and the next door is too small for you to go through. You have no choice but to sit there and wait for your last dying breaths. Before we close tonight, I want you to know, did you feel out of breath? Did you feel like you would run out of air? Paranoia can sneak up on us at the unlikeliest of moments. And I bet you that at some point, as you were reading, whether it was small or intense, whether you realized it or not, paranoia was there. And some of you may have a different mindset now. Good night.
Okay.
I kind of, you know what?
Not bad. Very meta. I kind of like the bringing in the reader directly, breaking the fourth wall there.
Yeah. This was from February 29. Ooh. Leap year. Let's go. 2020 from Beast124153. I did at one point feel like
You kind of like icky reading it.
Yeah, I felt a little nasty because, like, okay, let's say you did what you were like, yeah, let's kind of push it. Like, let's see how far I can end up. And you get a little, too confident in yourself, and then you end up in the one spot that you're like, I can't push forward, but I also can't push back. Isn't that a lot of like the real life cave incidents?
Caving stories, yeah. That's kind of how that seems to work. Which,
yeah,
as we've both learned from Scary Interesting.
Yeah,
but,
and it's like,
no, thank you.
Yeah, the idea of like it's the idea of like you can go into the spot, but leaving is a different story. I think that's disgusting. I think that's gross.
You hate to have that happen for you.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. Less than ideal.
Less than ideal, but that was claustrophobia. What is okay? Let's write down ranking ideas.
Yeah, because this is not like a real or fake thing here. This is just almost a thought experiment.
Thought experiment. Yes, thought experiment.
Okay, interesting. Playing with the form of the creepypasta.
Yeah. So okay, let's rank it on scare factor, storytelling.
Okay.
And then
how about originality?
Originality. Yeah. Okay. So scare factor. Let's do. What do you want to do? Out of 5? Out of 10?
Let's do out of
words.
5.
Out of 5. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Out of 5. Scare factor. Out of 5.
I'm willing to give it a 3. How about 3.5?
Yeah, because like the concept is like.
The concept is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Storytelling wise.
I don't think it wasn't badly written. Like I feel like
it wasn't
decently written creepypasta. Don't know. I guess the story. How much story was there? I feel like we got to be fair. Give it a 3.
Yeah, a 3. It's good. It's like middle range. I didn't have struggles reading it. There wasn't anything that felt too repetitive. And then originality.
I'll give it a 4.
4. Yeah, because I did like being led through the story and then being checked on in the end. How did I feel about that story? Yeah. So 3.5, 3, 4.
It's a little presumptuous to be saying like, I know my story made you feel some type of way though.
Yeah.
I know how you made me feel. They're
like, yeah, you hated it,
I'm reverting to my childhood.
It's like, but yeah, thank you so much, Beast124153 for that. That was actually good. And they said good night, so good night.
They know we're reading it. Sick.
Let's go.
The random creepypasta wiki gods have given me circus.
Ooh.
All eyes on me in the middle of the ring. It's just like a circus. No, I'm kidding. That's not how it
Is Brittany?
It's Brittany, bitch. When I was a little boy, Mama always brought me to the circus. I loved the trapeze, the lions, but especially the clowns. They made me laugh when I saw their round noses and still do. I'm 18 now, starting college. I thought I'd have one more joy before school started, so I went to the circus. The circus was just how I had remembered. Just a big old tattered tent, creaky and rotten wooden stands. This was one of the worst circuses ever, but it had a place in my heart. Plus, low prices. The show was great. People swung quickly on ropes. Tigers bounced back and forth with the crack of a whip. But finally, came the clowns. Fat and skinny, short and tall, the circus had it all. With the last of the pies thrown and the last of the blunders plundered, it was time to go home. Everyone had left except for me and the performers. I was hiding in the stands. Finally, the lights went off, but I heard no footsteps, but I still heard laughter. The performers hadn't left. But could it be the same people? The tent was too dark to see. Suddenly, one spotlight flickered on. The place was very eerie. It was abnormal, and something about it shot fear throughout me. Then I heard a laugh. I could see a man. He had a weathered black suit and a torn top hat on. An irritating ring that could have only come from a microphone sliced through the air. Ladies and gentlemen, I heard his crisp voice announce, "Welcome to the night circus." He looked up at me. His face wasn't right. Webs of twine were sewed over his eyes and his mouth, yet they still remained open. My heart jumped in terror. For the first act, we will have our lion tamer do what they do best, the voice rang out. Free show, I thought. Though the opening in which all performers came in, the lion tamer. He was the same from the first show. Wait, was he? I observed him closely, and to my shock, I noticed his skin was torn in some places. But where the incisions were made, stuffing was withering out. He took a knife that was in his belt and tore open his own chest. Suddenly, 3 stuffed animals, lions to be exact, sprung from his cotton-filled gape.
Okay.
They moved like real animals, but were only a foot tall and made of fabric. Next, a crusty cage collapsed in the middle of the tent. Inside was a girl, no older than 14. She was grimy and wearing a filthy burlap. She looked at me and whispered a silent help. A sweet, salty, clear tear ran down her face like it was reluctantly walking to its demise. The lions got vicious. They sprung into the deteriorating cage and revealed teeth like daggers. They cut into her marble white skin. Her cries echoed through the air, and I could feel her pain. I expected a bloody corpse, and I got one. But mixed with the blood was cotton stuffing, soaked red cotton stuffing. My eyes subconsciously widened, and my jaw dropped. I wanted to leave, but something was keeping me there. The next act was not expected trapeze, but a sword swallower. He was normal. This goes on for a while. I feel like we're only halfway done. He proceeded to thrust his arm into his throat and pull out a claymore. Then he shoved it back in his throat and pulled it out and in repeatedly. I
Oh, this is actually a little gross.
He finished. He bent down in my direction and showed me his throat. It was as if a buzzsaw got stuck in it.
Stop! That's disgusting.
The straight, deep, oozing cuts lined his esophagus. He curled into the fetal position and chucked up a stream of blood. No human could possibly have as much blood as I had just seen. The next thing you know, he stopped moving, and it felt like I could see his breath fly slowly from his brittle body. And now, for the finale, come our one... You know where this is going. Want to guess?
Clowns?
Yep.
Oh my god.
The ringmaster shouted out one last time. Out of the gloom came an 8-foot long leg, one of an insect. It was quickly followed by 7 more. And from the darkness came a spider. Aside from being the largest and wettest goddamn spider you have ever seen, one more was off. And that was its head. Most spiders have spider heads, but no, this one had a dirt, dusty clown doll head. Now I could only see its body and the start of its legs in the dim light. A scratchy voice slithered out of the thing. I need a volunteer, in the voice of a 4-year-old girl. His limb shot forward into my chest. I flew out of the tent and into the night. I ran into the gloomy field. Then I saw the thing lurch towards me. Instinctively, I rolled and saw a dark spire thrust into the ground where my head was. While I had the chance, crawled into the trench. My lungs were pulsing rapidly, mimicked by my heart. The thing slowly crawled past me, and at that moment, when my brain convinced me I was safe, its head quickly turned in my direction. I was too out of breath to run. I felt a sharp pain in my arms, and sure enough, the monster had its limbs in mine. Give me a C, belched out the monster. Suddenly, it used another limb to carve into my chest. Give me an I, belched out the monster again. Another letter, more pain. Give me an R, and like an X-Acto knife, the pain returned. Give me a C, and the back leg grimly with no remorse carved into my skin again. Give me a U, it said, and I was surprised I wasn't dead yet. Give me an S, and that was the final letter. I knew. No more pain, no more sorrow, no more life. Its head rapidly morphed into that of a real human clown. What does that spell? Circus, I quietly murmured. Perfect, it said in that of a 30-year-old's voice. And the last thing I ever saw was a black spire thrusting into my face, and for half a second, blood. All right. Well,
You ever think sometimes?
How do you feel about circus?
Listen, the first part of it sounded like they were leaving a review on Yelp. I'll be honest.
Look, okay, let's be real. If you're gonna narrate a story in the past tense, you can't. I don't know. Can you die at the same time? Like, can you be like, I was 18. I went to the circus. I died. Yeah,
I was like, okay. So the last, I didn't think that it was gonna go there because it was like, you can't die and like did you like make it out alive despite thinking that you died? Is this like, should I suspend my disbelief? You're like in the afterlife telling me the story about a circus?
Yeah, I guess that would be it. I mean, look, I liked it less than the first one. I liked it less than.
I will say.
Yeah.
I will say I did hate the section where the sword swallowing was being described. Yeah. I feared I was going to regurgitate some of the food that I had eaten in the beginning of this whole thing. I don't like that part. That part was
Yeah,
nasty.
there was like some like gross. There was some gross imagery in there, so like we got to give points for that. I think
Yeah.
that's a do.
Yeah.
But overall, what's our ranking again? What are our
Yeah. Okay.
categories?
So number 1 is scare factor. Scary.
2.
2. Storytelling.
1, 2.
2. You made an effort. We got
You made an
there.
effort. You got this. You got through this.
The imagery was
The
right.
structure of the story is just not right. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I did. I'll say again. It felt like you were leaving a review on Yelp in the beginning. Originality.
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Are clowns known for spelling too? Is that like a thing? Like
I was like, are they going to spell clown or
right, for a second where you're like, ooh, where's this going to go?
Yeah. I was like, okay, is it going to hurt only 5 times or 6 times? So sorry that you wrote curved lines.
Yeah.
And I added one other thing. Maybe it's going to be specific to this one, which was disgusting factor. And I will personally give it a 4 with the way that I thought I was going to do a hurl in that.
Yeah.
I did not like it.
I didn't get the clown spider thing. I feel like at least the sword swallower thing was kind of tied to like what the sword swallower does.
Yeah,
the lion tamer was kind of tied to what a lion tamer does. Clown spider is not a thing. We're not kill him with seltzer or like exploding flower or get him crushed to death inside of the back of a little clown car. There's plenty of clown related deaths you could do.
Yeah, they could have. Okay, maybe like imagery wise for like clowns, like you know how like they could have done like a centipede, right? Because like they've got lots of legs. They're coming. Yeah. Maybe like a centipede was coming out of a car because lots of clowns coming out of the car type of situation. Yeah, I think the thing that I really like the most out of that, despite thinking that I was nasty and disgusting, is the sword swallower one because that's like kind of like low key realistic. Like you don't know if the guy swallowing the sword in front of you isn't gonna get a little twisted at the last minute.
Yeah, his throat all fucked up.
Yeah. So you're just like, I don't like you at all.
One shining moment of grossness in that story. But
but the rest was like, it was like random tidbits of like a new detail of like a thing, like the clown has this voice in the beginning, and all of a sudden it sounds like a 30-year-old, and I did at one point.
Still a girl? Is it a clown girl spider?
I have no idea. It's a little girl clown spider, and now she's 30 years old.
She matures into a 30-year-old. Do you think this is like a clown fetishist piece of writing?
I was concerned about the leg.
Yeah.
I was like, are you going to talk about the clown's feet now?
The feet would have been. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I think there could have been done better. I think I would have stayed more on theme.
Yeah.
With the final killing of yourself that somehow happens.
Yeah. Like,
and again, I don't know. I don't think it's a story you do in first person. Just you have them die. It's a third person story.
Yeah. It just feels too like. Listen, we know it's a little made up story. We know you didn't die for.
I'm in heaven now.
I'm in heaven.
Let me tell you how I got it. Yeah.
Actually, I am Buddhist, and now I reincarnated to write this story. Several decades later.
I thought I'd break the wheel, so I'm sorry, but
turns out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just a writer now. Previously, I was a circus enjoyer.
Past life regression to where you're killed by a clown spider.
They're in
Horrible.
the chair like this.
Yeah.
So at first, it sounded like a little girl, but then hold on. But then it became a 30-year-old voice.
And this was a spider we're talking about, a clown spider, or was this
it was a. I know
the head of a doll, correct?
Yes. It sounds really preposterous, but I mean, I think it's a dream. Do you think it could have happened? Do you think? What do you think this says about me in my past life?
Well, this is of course a past life regression. So this is what you went through. This is your story, your truth that we're unearthing here. Do you think
this is why I'm afraid of clowns?
That probably could be a factor, I would say.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, tie into that a little bit.
Okay, so there you go, OP. We've finished your story for you.
Congrats.
We finished that shit for you. Don't even need to pay us. Past life regression story. Let's go. I think that's like a thing that like they turn into like a bad sci-fi SYFY show.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Right. The fucked up circus that comes to different cities and does a terrible show.
Yeah, and it's also like it's the same shitty circus that they've been going to since they were like a kid too.
Okay.
No, there's a lot of details we didn't need.
It's like okay. I did at one point think that Abraham Lincoln was going to come out of nowhere.
Why did you think Abraham Lincoln was going to come out of nowhere, JD?
Top hat.
Top hat.
That was it.
Yeah, okay. That's who wears top hats. That's fair.
That was the only reason. I did. I was like, okay, circus at night, like rickety ass circus at night. I think that's the point of the circus where
Abraham
I leave.
The president.
He comes out of nowhere and kills you
Abraham
on
Lincoln
site.
famously killed at a circus. That was his-
Famously killed at a circus. This is why
Yeah.
this is why he hates circus. This is actually him. This is and
this is his past life. Yeah,
and the OP that died. It was actually
Abraham
Abraham Lincoln.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
Albert
many
Einstein
lives,
like it
many
usually
years
is.
ago. Yeah. Real score, and 7 years ago, I was killed by a clown spider. It was horrible. Well, let's palate cleanse with a 2-sentence horror story.
Oh shit! Two sentence. Go.
And there's I want you to try to guess the search term that I use. Eventually. But
Okay. Hit me with it.
I wish I always knew how to make my partner happy. I told the genie, thinking that there's could be no monkey's paw to such a simple wish.
Ben, that was one sentence at the end.
I wish I knew how to make my partner happy. I guess there should be a period there. I told the genie, thinking that there could no monkey's paw to such a simple wish.
Okay. Let's see what the search term was. I have no idea.
Scary? Can a 2-sentence story? Well, this is like one run-on. Can a single run-on sentence be scary? You think?
Step one: the sentence got to be good.
Yeah, it's not great.
I think my reaction, if it was scary, my first reaction would not have been, was that last part another sentence?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that he's saying, I wish I always knew how to make my partner happy.
Period.
That part is clear enough. Okay.
Yes.
I told the genie, comma, thinking that there could no monkey's paw to such a simple wish. Now, obviously, we know what a monkey's paw is, right? That's like the wish is twisted on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, like, you wish you could make your partner happy, but the requirement for your partner to be happy is that you're not there.
That's interesting, because it is. I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. I don't want to spoil it.
Why are we spoiling, girl?
It's a pretty good show. It's a pretty good show starring. I can't get into it. Unfortunately.
This is
But
crazy.
this is the exact ending of a show, though. So I'm like, I can't.
Did I little ADHD things? Did I just spoil a show that I don't know?
You don't even know what it is. I'll recommend it to you in a few weeks. Or
yeah, because Ben knows that I have the memory of a group of goldfish.
the goldfish brain trust.
The goldfish brain trust, where the brain cell is in a different school of goldfish at the moment.
I need to watch the show either. It's gonna be gone to the same.
I'd be like, oh my god, this is a crazy show. What is this about?
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
Tommy was over here.
Okay, all right. My turn to hit the Creepypasta wiki random button. I have ended up in dream/sleep theory micropasta. It's called The Changing of the Colors. Maybe this will impact the story and our thoughts about the OP, but the colors does have a U in it, so we've got COLOURS. Okay.
British bullshit coming at us.
So to all our English listeners, I mean, what can we say? It's
won,
on
baby.
you.
What can we say? That's what we said. We don't got to apologize for winning, baby.
Like, what's it like to lose? Guess you'll never know.
Yeah.
All right. So the changing of the colors. Everyone knows that colors are simply the result of the reflection of light. Yet everything we see is represented by these few colors present in one spectrum. However, most people aren't aware that under certain conditions, our world is not limited to this. What these conditions are, I will not reveal for the safety of the reader. Despite this, I will disclose that there are several places on Earth which are affected by this changing of the colors. Think sunspots on the face of the sun. These places usually appear as we would expect, but are affected by a certain cycle during which they briefly become as dark as the deepest reaches of the vacuum of space, known as impossible colors. Do not think of pitch black, another shade of emptiness, unimaginable to humans. For this period, the place changes entirely in shape and form, inhabited by beings constructed in strange dimensions, which would lead to complete insanity in many witnesses. However, this is not the most gut-wrenching element present here. After the short interjection between the normal spectrum and this other impossible niche hidden from reality, unfortunate beings who have managed to slip inside and become lost here are subjected to a terrible fate. Once this short time frame has occurred, those present are unable to ever return. Some call this the abyss. According to certain unspecified folklore, those left behind become one with the colors visible in our world and are dismissed as spectators for eternity. They just watch on with their last thread of hope. That is the changing of the colors.
Changing of the colors.
Interesting. Interesting.
Artsy. I think someone has done mushrooms.
Yeah, it's like what is when it said like the dark as the deepest reaches of the vacuum of space. Why did I think of that one color?
Oh, like Vanta Black. Is it Vanta Black?
Yeah.
Black that absorbs light. Yeah. That's pretty dark.
Anish Kapoor owns the rights to the blackest color ever made. So someone else made super black, and now it's even blacker, which is Stuart
Nice.
Semple's new black 3.0. So anyone, this is the one where like anyone can buy it except for like Anish Kapoor.
Let's fight black.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think the little part where it's like people who manage to slip inside the little moment where the colors get all freaky, that reminds me of IKEA, the IKEA thing that we have.
It's kind of like the IKEA one, yeah.
Yeah.
A slip between. I feel like I do like that, like in like the creepypasta, like the idea of like slip, like passing through a portal you didn't know was there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a solid like story thing. I always enjoy those kind of ones where it's like I was walking through the woods, suddenly it was like, okay, this is not the same woods. This is like a different place. I like that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that. Because this idea of like, okay, like you're walking around somewhere, you enter a room or like a space where you kind of expect to know what's like going to be in that room. And then you end up somewhere else and you're kind of like, hello?
Yeah.
I don't.
In this case, it's like you get your brain broken by colors.
Yeah. And then you become a spectator for eternity. Maybe this could be like another one, like how are ghosts made?
Yeah.
Right? You fell through the
colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw Blurple in my life.
Yeah, dude. Blurple and Wink. What's Wink?
You can't know.
You don't get it.
You
don't get it. This was written by Pantone. This was written by Pantone. Pantone. They wrote this one.
You've gotten two kind of cool cerebral ones.
I know. Let me do my Reddit one. This is good, but I don't want to read any of these words out loud because I think I could get. I don't think Juan is allowed to know any of those words.
Yeah, you want me to read it? You know the dirt.
I don't think. Listen, Ben. I would lead you into saying some of these words, but not at the succession that these words are in.
Okay.
Like the last. Okay, I think maybe I'm just gonna let you read it just to yourself.
Okay. Well, JD, this is a podcast. We're supposed to share with the audience here.
It's silent reading. We're doing silent reading because the last line is just so good, but the first line is no. I don't think any of us should say it.
Okay, we're sharing it on chat.
Yeah, I shared it in the chat.
It's
the first sentence that oh my god. Okay, anyway, so I didn't tell him to say it in this time. I did not bait him into saying it at all. Here we go.
I used to be into bestiality, necrophilia, and sadism. Then I realized I was just beating a dead horse.
Is that a scary story or just a really good joke? It's a really good joke.
Yeah, that's a joke. I think I definitely not a horror story. But props to you.
Oh, that's a very good joke.
It's like could be an Anthony Jeselnik one maybe.
That's a good joke.
Not bad. Good on you, kid. This is tagged weird science. William C. I don't know who William C.
Who's
is.
William C?
No clue. The story is called Singularity Under the Bed. As Sam gets tucked into bed, the boy looks up at his father. His eyes are wide with unspoken worry. A look Dad knows all too well. What's going on, Sam? You worried about something? Sammy nods from under the very top of the cover. Want to talk about it? Dad continues. Feeling comfortable enough to slide the blanket down to his chin, Sammy looks up to Dad and says, Daddy, I think there's a singularity under my bed. Taken aback, Dad can't help but crack a smile at his son's frankness. Oh boy, kiddo. You don't have to worry about that. Singularities haven't been seen around here in 24 years. The boy sits up quickly, scanning his room with furtive glances. But, you said when you first met Mommy that you saw one at the movie theater. Well, yeah, I did, Dad concedes. But you weren't even born then, and the singularity was so small it rapidly disintegrated before anyone even noticed. The chariot field detectors probably had a small flicker in the systems. That happens very occasionally. But what if one teleports into the house and eats Charlie? He's just a puppy. Son, I promise you a singularity will not eat Charlie. You know CFDs are placed every 25 miles or so. There isn't a single spot in the city that's vulnerable to those nasty little suckers. Besides, they're not smart enough to figure out how to penetrate our systems. They usually forget. Earth even exists after they phase through it entirely. So the chances of one actually hanging around our relative position in space is practically zero. Sammy furrows his brow as he looks at his lap. You sure? Positive. Daddy smiles, tussling his son's hair. Sammy smiles a little. Well, can you check anyway? Daddy chuckles. Anything for my boy. As he bends down to look under the bed, a few things catch Dad's eye. A cluster of dust bunnies skitter into the corner at the smallest touch of Dad's movement. A half-torn granola bar wrapper pokes out from under the bed frame. A Game Boy glints just out of sight under a pile of clothes, not so discreetly hidden. Finally, Dad squints at the back corner where nothing sits. Absolutely nothing at all. Dad pauses for a brief moment, putting a hand on the carpeted floor to steady himself. Without a word, Dad looks back up and hugs his son. I love you so much, Sammy. Oh, okay, written by William C.
Oh, okay.
You know, William, you think you're smart, huh?
William,
you just gonna confuse me with shit about singularities and fucking I don't know what the fuck this meant.
Ben, you did want a very cerebral one as your next one. Now this is your fault.
This shit made my head hurt.
This shit cerebral. Oh, it's like those. It's kind of a little bit like those tweets. That's like, oh yeah, I just spoke to my kid today, and and then the child proceeds to say like the most like buckwild sentence.
Oh yeah, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I literally I saw Luigi Kondo Forever one this morning.
Yeah.
What? You wanted cerebral? Get cerebral, Brent. Use that noggin of yours.
I guess I was monkey pod. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was,
What is a singularity, girl?
That's how you end the fucking story. That's how you end the story where they die. That's it. Take notes, clown motherfucker. Don't. And then I died. Don't put that. Leave it open.
Because, like, okay, we can assume they died, or he said, "I love you, son."
We don't know what a singularity is. Yeah. So therefore, anything could happen.
Anything could fucking happen. He could have mollywopped the singularity and lived.
Yeah.
We could have gotten a part 2 from William C.
Thank you, William C. Well, at least if I see William C again, I'm clicking random because it was over my head. I'm like, did I miss something of popular culture lately where the singularity means something? I was like, hey, we're online people. What is the singularity? Props to you, William C. It sounds, not a bad vibe.
Yeah, I do love like the fear, like that trope of like the fearful child and like the parent doing their best to like ease the child's fears, and then the parent turning and realizing that the thing that the child is fearful of is like right there. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, and I like the kind of the setup about, because there's some world building in there. I think it's decent. As it's a very short story, but he props in the stuff about this is a world where the singularity be popping up and shit.
Yeah,
shit's popping off.
Yeah,
and he did a good job of establishing it. So
yeah, very quickly done. Yeah. And in a way that is interesting, despite me not knowing what the fuck was despite me not knowing what the hell a singularity is. Slay. Okay, all right. Rankings. Scare factor.
Scare factor 1. Because I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I think I'd be scared. I think I did get scared a little bit in the beginning of like the concept of like something's going to be underneath the bed, but then I got confused, so I got unscared.
It felt like I was reading. It was like some Big Bang Theory shit.
Yeah, I'm like, are you going to ask? Are there going to be questions at the end of this creepypasta? Yeah. Storytelling.
Give it 4.
Yeah. I think if not to be the executive of Paramount Studios, but if this was a movie,
it could be like the cold open of a movie, maybe.
Yeah, like a sort of space themed movie, Interstellar type situation. Originality.
I'll give also 4, I guess, because it's too original for me. So,
yeah, it was so original that I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And we can scrap disgusting factor because this was not disgusting at all. Okay.
Palate cleanser while you.
Palate cleanser.
2 weeks ago, my boyfriend and I went to the Amazon rainforest, but I got bit by a wild monkey and now I'm in too much pain to move, I told the doctor when I went into his office for an evaluation.
Can 2 sentences be scary?
Well, it's also not scary. It's not scary. But it's also, the way it's written, it's not 2 sentences either.
Guys, there's a law that must be followed.
Now, may I point you to the Reddit being called 2-sentence horror? Do we need to go over what a sentence is? I'm not totally sure I can explain, but this ain't it.
It has a period, guys.
The period is a major factor.
And there's got to be.
Generally.
Yeah, a complete thought. Like, yes is a complete thought in a sense, but we can't have like a 2-sentence story that's like, yes, no. Wait, that's my submission. Yes, no. But you have to read it like that. You can't just read the thing and be like, yes, no. You're like, it's not fucking scary at all. It has to be, yes.
Yeah, no. This is literally like something that would happen. Yo, man, I got bit by a monkey and I'm sick, man.
That's just a tweet that you make.
A monkey sick. Yeah.
A monkey made me sick. 2026. New pandemic. Monkey made me sick. Oh, maybe that's my story. Monkey made me sick. Uh-oh, pandemic. Monkey made me sick. Uh-oh, pandemic.
You see, that's 2 sentences right there. Monkey made me sick. Uh-oh, pandemic.
Exactly.
Oh. JD got the assignment.
Take notes. Listen, I could have made it to haiku. No, not enough brain power right now. The curry noodles did fill me up, but I did not gas my brain up. I have ended up on a random that isn't 3 pages fucking long. This does have a photograph, so I'm gonna ask you to look at the photograph first.
Okay, share with me.
Looks like something not scary at all, but I haven't read the story yet. We may be
scary, but
we may be judging a book. We may be judging a book by its cover, man.
The image itself, not scary.
The image itself, not very scary. And I hate to look at a picture. And okay, this is in Beings, Photography and Places. Okay, this one's called A Lonely Soldier. Okay, in the early summer of 2012, an amateur photographer, Faye Stoker, visited Belgium in the hopes of getting some landscape photographs for her college portfolio. She shot the majority of her photos on a Russian Zenit EM film camera using Ilford HP4 black and white film, as we know, as professional photographers. Upon taking several photos, one stood out to her. She had taken many photos of the exterior of the Flanders Field Museum, and I should know how to say this, but I don't. Yet one stood out from the rest as she noticed something that seemed very peculiar and out of place. In the top left corner of the photograph, there stood an ominous figure of a man. He stood upright and looked as if he were standing on the window ledge itself. It seems, on further analysis of the photograph, that the figure appears to be staring down towards Stoker when she was taking the photograph. Stoker was quoted in saying that, "I hadn't noticed anything strange or out of the ordinary in the photo at the time I was taking it, and I must have had a good look around town, yet I didn't see anything weird or out of place." Upon analyzing the photograph herself, she realized that the man appeared to have been wearing the uniform that many German soldiers would have worn during 1914 to 1918. It's still unknown who or what is shown in the photo. Whether it's merely an illusion or someone or something is actually standing there is up for debate. It's unlikely that the photo was tampered with, as faking photographs, which were taken on film, is an incredibly difficult and skillful process. After the photograph was processed, it was scanned onto Stoker's computer and converted to a JPEG. This means that the quality is not as clear as the original photograph, and Faye Stoker is still finding a way to make the image clearer for you to see. We apologize for the poor quality of the JPEG. Written by Slick GR.
Nice shot, Slick GR. All right, this is like a very we call it back to the basics. We got a image that we're building a story around.
Yeah.
And I feel like JG did a great job of kind of diving into the practices of making fake paranormal images.
Yeah. This is something that I think if you went and watched or listened to how I did the Slenderman one, you could do this. 100%. Computer enhanced. Yeah, I think
it's a doable image. I think for the listeners, it's like I'll pop this in, viewers, but listeners, it's looking it's like a guy kind of standing on a wall, more or less. And yeah, he looks like old 1914 World War I German soldier, I guess, if you want to say that he does. I am not super familiar with the military uniforms, but yeah, we got a guy standing in a window. Very gritty, very not super clear.
Yeah,
good stuff.
And I think it's like, not to dissect this photo and the person who made it, like it's like a very like the point when I was doing the Slenderman one, it was like, I'm looking for like an old picture. I'm looking for something like that's grainy so that like I can hide a lot of like any sort of imperfections in like the editing, right? If I like morphed or like warped like a part of the arm kind of thing, I can say that it looks weird or that it looks very like grainy and noisy in this part because it's like an old photo, right? And it's a lot easier to do like these like old photo manipulations, like, back when we used to do it by hand instead of going to beepbop.org and going, may I please have a picture of a guy standing on a ledge and being creepy and a little hunched over, please? Right? Go acoustic and get on Photoshop and
make your own ghost images.
Yeah, listen, people. Part of the fun and listen, getting on our little AI high horse, the part of the fun of these little fake ghost images, fake creature, is the idea that someone sat there and was painstakingly puppet warping, looking for like the perfect image to change into like something else and make a story out of. Like, great, this person came up with a sentence, like beautiful syntax in order to come up with this image. But it's like, go write a story then.
How many likes for this water bottle Jesus? None from me. Thanks.
How many likes for this Titanic remake made out of garlic and it's made by a small child? None.
None for me.
None for that child.
Millions from Facebook, but none from not anybody.
How many likes for this photo of a woman with 3 boobs?
Maybe 1 from me.
A lot. Smash that like button, actually.
Yeah.
Let me get on beepboop.org and actually put that in as my prompt.
3. Yeah.
Show me woman with 3 boobies, please. Please, how about you say
it?
We
have this technology? I think
do
I'm
coming
around. Elon Musk is this guy? That's his name?
Elon Musk?
He's kind of like a real life Iron Man if you think about it.
I mean, like, he could be doing anything right now, but he's here with us sharing his technology.
Shitty tweets.
Yeah, that's his technology, Ben.
That's his technology, right?
That's called technology.
Man of the people.
Man of the people.
There will be blooding us with the children.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's innovation right there.
Go back to the classic moves.
The classic move of,
I'm a human being. I love my children.
I have heard of My Children. Have you? What's that one?
Give me a boy.
What's that
Give me a boy.
MTV? That MTV ad line, like, do you know where your kids are? Do you know where your children are? Elon does know where his are. They're right in front of him. They're right in front of him, guys.
In the way of a stray potential bullet. Yeah.
All right? So get good. They're right in front of him. Get good. Jeez.
But yeah, don't get that one out for Buwan, probably.
All right. Buwan did not say that. I was quoting somebody.
Say anything about assassinating Elon Musk.
I did not say get good. Okay. That was,
no,
I was in the, I'm actually an actor.
Yeah.
I was
playing
acting.
a character. Yeah.
Just playing a character.
Okay. Oh no, that's not that long, but I'm seeing a tag that I'm a little spooked by.
If you're spooked by it, I believe that I too shall be spooked by it.
That tag is science.
What kind of science?
I don't know. We'll see. Science, space, items, object. So, story is called The Deserted Box. Somewhere in the southwestern United States, among the cacti, low shrubs, and shifting desert sands, there is a plain white box. In poor light and from a great distance, the box might look something like a phone booth. However, from close up, it is clear that the box, like nothing else on Earth, while it is only slightly narrower than one might expect, it is much taller, stretching to almost twice the height of a human being to accommodate the creatures who designed it. It is also completely blank and devoid of surface features. For most of the year, the box has no identifiable doors or windows. However, on December 22nd of every year, between the hours of 4 and 7 in the evening, the eastern wall of the box opens and you can step inside. Why the box only allows entry at this particular time is unknown, but the handful of people who have stepped through the doorway in return tell fascinating stories about what the box contains. The general tone of these stories suggests that the box is a pathway into a complicated transportation network, something like the subway line in the cosmos. It was apparently built by someone who visited Earth in the very distant past, likely long before the emergence of humanity. No one knows how to select a destination where they will find themselves when they open the door again, and some have reported going through as many as 200 stops before finding themselves back on Earth. The box was built out of sterner stuff than its designers. Most travelers report that the box opens into enormous and glorious ruins, built in orbit around at least a dozen worlds. Some of these are still entirely functional space stations, running on autopilot for eons after the deaths of the creatures who built them. Some are little better than derelict hulks, their internal atmospheres reeking of decay and humidity, and their lights long since turned off to save what little power is left. It seems entirely possible that some intrepid travelers have stumbled upon the ruins completely dead and found themselves choking to death in the vacuum. However, even barring the substantial risk, there are still dangers to traveling among the dilapidated structures built by a long-vanished empire. Although no one has reported coming into contact with anything hostile, or indeed anything alive within any of these artificial worlds to which the box may lead, some have claimed to hear unusual sounds echoing in the far distance on some of these darkened stations. One young man who traveled to a particularly large structure in the orbit around a gas giant reported seeing movement in the blackness at the end of the hallway, something which sent him running back to the safety of the box, and eventually back to Earth. It must be remembered that the civilization which built the box fell. To what? No one knows. Perhaps it was simple bad luck, perhaps a galactic pandemic, or perhaps, like the Roman Empire, the builders of the box were wiped out by the barbarians who managed to push through the gate. Perhaps those barbarians, like the ones who eliminated Rome, have partitioned the spoils among themselves. And Shady, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
You know, not much. Actually, it's one of the things I think very little about. How much do you think about the Roman Empire?
Not too much, honestly. Yeah, not too often. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So I feel like I was able to capture that one, the head a little bit more. Could kind of understand what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Pieces
Mm-hmm.
made more sense.
The science there wasn't scary.
Science didn't have to have. I didn't have to have a damn PhD to understand it. You know what I mean? So
I know. I didn't need
nice.
a fucking double PhD master's degree in singularity in order to understand it. Well, we love the singularity.
Here, we're just talking the damn TARDIS. Somebody just left the damn TARDIS in the desert.
That is also what I was thinking. I was thinking of two boxes, which is like the box where like you push the button and somebody in the world randomly dies, and then also the TARDIS.
Yeah. So scare factor.
Scare factor. Yeah, it was more intriguing than scary.
Intriguing. Yeah, not necessarily scary. The tone overall wasn't scary.
Yeah.
There was like the little like hints of like, ooh, but it could be.
Yeah, it felt like an informative like read, right?
Yeah. There's just there's a box in the desert.
Yeah. Okay. Storytelling.
Give it a 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's I think the writing was decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll give it 3, 3.5.
Yeah. All right.
Nicer. I need to make sure it's more than circus because it deserves more than circus.
I know. I was like, what was the circus? What was the ranking of the circus? Originality.
Also 3.5. I feel like the portal to another dimension. Nothing struck me as like, oh, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah,
but it's decent. Yeah.
Yeah, because I while I was thinking of the box and also the TARDIS, I was also trying to come up with a title of that movie where like they did have like a portal thingy and they kept being like trying to power it and all that stuff, and I was like, that's a lot of movies actually.
There's a fair number.
That's a fair number of movies. And then disgusting factor. We could, yeah, Stargate. I was thinking of something like that, and I was also thinking of like that one that's like has something to do with insects.
District 9.
No, God, it was like we want you to join our thingy.
Oh, you're talking the Starship Troopers.
Yes, I was like, do Starship Troopers have?
You know, Starship Troopers is actually a satire.
You know,
it's actually a satire of fascism. It's not fascist.
You know. I know that.
And actually, so is Fight Club.
That one?
Yeah.
That one I didn't know that then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not about how cool fighting is. It's actually very smart.
Wow.
Yeah. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't actually. I open up the schools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That one was good. It was. I did like that. That's another one for like the if I was the CEO of Paramount or something.
Yeah.
Here's a cool.
Here you go. Here's a franchise, baby.
Here's a franchise.
Here's a series.
Here's a 10-year deal for a movie where they just keep ending up in random fucking places. You know.
Here's a show you can that gets 100% on Rotten Tomatoes that you can cancel after one fucking season. Netflix. Have I ranted about Scavenger's Reign here?
No, but go on, Ben.
Everybody, listener, you hear me? If you haven't seen Scavenger's Reign, go watch it. There's only one season, but it's a great story. It's dope. It's a good animation. It's wild. I won't give anything else away. Well worth a watch. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Netflix cancels it. Why? Because the fucking algorithm said so. Yeah, this is the world we live in now. This is it's cool.
Should they watch it if it's just one season? Is it worth a one season watch?
Yes, it's mostly you go through like the stories of like a crew of people that like crash on an alien land or planet, and it's pretty well resolved. So okay. I think it's I wanted to see where it would go. It seemed like it had some cool directions. The creator had like some like storyboards and stuff he was showing about like what he wanted to do next, but that got canceled. So it's complete. It's pretty much complete. It's good. Watch it.
You know what, Ben?
Yeah.
We need another Enola Holmes, okay? We need another movie with Bobby Brown, and that other guy.
Who's Henry Cable?
Yeah.
He was in one of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we need another one with them in it.
No, we need more Too Hot to Handle. We need the shows about how hot people have a hard time when they can't fuck. That's what we need.
Maybe we can't relate. That's the problem. We can't relate to them.
Look at me from my high horse when I didn't even know about the fucking singularity story. I'm not, obviously I'm an idiot too. I'm not here to,
Spartacus post?
Have I watched Too Hot to Handle? Yeah, I have. But the point remains: Scavenger's Reign deserved more. It deserved better. All right, palate cleanser. Palate cleanser. You want to do one more, or should we?
Oh yeah, I think this is gonna be my closer. I kind of like this. It hasn't. Okay. This is my closer. Yeah.
We have a closer. My God, these all. I want to read them all. Jenny.
They're so like. Some of them, I'm like, damn. Did you literally just look up the word scary?
No.
Okay.
I wish to kill who my girlfriend's cheating with, he said, monkey paw in hand. I wish to be rich, he said to the monkey paw, laughing at the ridiculousness of it all when the paw failed to react. The monkey's paw granted me the power to hear what others are thinking. The finger curled on the monkey's paw as you whispered, I wish I was never born. Bleeding to death in my foxhole, I gripped my monkey paw and wished for an end to this damn war.
How many monkey's paws are there? This is an epidemic.
The genie for a monkey's paw. I felt so great outsmarting his restriction on wishing for extra wishes. I sold my soul to the devil. In exchange, he used the monkey's paw to wish for it.
Put those goddamn monkeys down.
My uncle just gave me a rotten monkey hand for Christmas present, and it's really creeping me out.
Hold on, they said monkey hand.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's zoom in on that one. My uncle just gave me a rotten monkey hand for Christmas present, and it's really creeping me out. That's it, baby. That's the one.
This is not. Once again, this is the ones where it's like it's just a tweet.
That's also a single story.
That was just like, you guys. That's something you would text your friend and be like, my uncle just gave me a rotten monkey hand. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, so I searched. My search term was monkey.
We can tell.
So just monkey, and I would say like 85% of these are monkey's paw.
What put the monkey guys? Put the monkeys down. Unhand those fucking monkeys.
Stop using the monkey's paw, okay? Like, we get it. Like,
are there some other things you can use?
I'm gonna say, did one of those monkey's paws land for you? Was any of those scary?
No.
No. So just give up on the monkey's paw, people. It's not gonna work.
I feel like if it's listen, I think monkey's paw. Cancel them. They're over. Monkey paws over
Monkey's
party.
paws over party.
Because it's just not like, we all know it's been done before. It's
Oh, it's been
overused.
done. We've had plenty of monkey's paws. Okay?
Like-
we, you know.
If someone in a movie pulls out a monkey's paw, I'm like, it's done.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just a term. It's like the wish. What is the monkey's paw, right? What the wish that you have? What's going to go wrong with this, right?
Yeah.
We understand. It's just a trope. You can't. You got to have something better than I wish I could kill my girlfriend who they're cheating with or whatever.
You got to be
better than. You got to elevate it. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like wishing in movies, you already kind of like go like, if someone makes a wish in a movie, already my brain is like, that will go wrong one way or another, and here are several ways that it could go wrong.
That's the point of like wishing stories, is like that the wish goes wrong. That's like it, right? Like that it's not the way you're supposed to do it. Yeah, that's just gone.
Like,
Right, so
wishing is canceled.
Wishing is canceled. Let's leave monkey's paw stories in
Where they belong,
2024.
in the monkey. Okay? Unhand that monkey, whatever thing you got. Put the freaking lamp down. Okay? This is not ChatGPT. You can't just put shit in there and burn it half a forest down and whatever.
Monkey paws might be more sustainable than
Yeah.
GPT. So
Yeah. As long as they're not rotted. Maybe it's like, oh, this one's rotted, and I don't think it makes, put it down, put the monkey down. Okay. All right. So I am in, I've hit my random button, which I encountered at least so many that I did want to read, but they were too fucking long. This one is in Jake Wick. I'm assuming that's just like William C. Like that's the person who wrote it. I don't know. And then Dismemberment, Dreams/Sleep, and then two more, which is Monsters and Micropasta. All right.
Okay.
This one's called The Phantom Eye. I felt no pain when my right eye was taken from the socket. It happened in a flash. The doctors and my parents insisted I'd had an accident. They said I had an accident.
Yeah.
The doctors and my parents insisted I had an accident, but I had two eyes back then, and I saw what really happened. I saw him. The Sandman. After all the visits to the hospital and all the treatments, I was fit with a glass eye. Some kids made fun of it, but I was able to return to normal. The doctor said I wouldn't be able to ride a bike or climb trees like other kids. Because I refused to believe it. I adapted quickly. I persevered and lived my life. That is, until he came back. As of late, I've been seeing things through my empty eye socket. The doctors say that this is impossible, and the more experienced ones call it a phantom eye. It's much the same as when an amputee feels an itch where an arm or leg used to be. But I know what I'm seeing through my vacant socket. I recognize him. It's the Sandman. I see him through my socket all day and night. Send me a sand. He stands there, a lean figure with snow-white skin, beady mustard eyes, and a witchy bird-like nose. He paces and skips and sometimes dances too. So while in my right eye, life goes on like normal, in my left eye, he exists in his pitch black void. I wonder where he is. If it's a limbo of sorts, or if it's a place of his creation. It's the latter. He made it rather dull. When I lie in bed at night, all I can do is wait. He'll be back. He will be in my room just as he was when I was 9 years old. And he will take my other eye. But the worst part won't be that I'm blind. The worst is all that I will see is him. And this was written by Jake Wick. So that was The Phantom Eye by Jake Wick.
So I pictured
I
like the
fear
Dancing Baby girl.
I'm we're the same person.
Yeah, like,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
imagine-
Not the Ally McBeal dancing thing. That's the exact thing I was thinking
exactly.
of. So you're
Exactly. That's what Mr. Sandman just.
you're in a presentation and all you see is
100%. Which it wasn't. I was liking it. The vibe was good until I just started.
that was literally what I was thinking as I was finishing it. He paces and skips and sometimes dances like the Ally McBeal babe.
It's haunting me.
It's haunting me. He's just dancing there, and like telling her, wait.
You're from the black void. It's just like
Wait. We got another. I'm at the therapist. Yeah. Yeah, doc. Sometimes I'm telling you, I just see him inside my eye. Like if I'm like at a meeting, I see him there, and he's just.
I see you. And what is he doing?
He's kind of. Sometimes he just walks back and forth, and sometimes he's dancing.
Like the Ally McBeal.
No, you have to take it seriously, dog. He dances.
Or is it more like a dancing Kermit gif? Dog,
I know I said he had gangly arms and he was green, but he's not Kermit at all. Oh my god.
It just sounds a little Kermit coded to me.
He's not at all. Imagine telling that to your
maybe you're
therapist.
subconscious. Yeah.
Imagine telling that to your doctor, explaining it. All your doctor's doing like. You're like, doc, this is serious. Doc's like, no. I just I just thought of Ally McBeal
You gotta
dancing
get
baby.
these irony pills, baby. If we gotta get you on these.
I gotta get you on these things. It's just like, have you
Yeah.
you know how like in this in like some of those ghost hunting shows, like they'll be like, oh yeah, my daughter like sees like a girl in like a huge dress like standing at the bed at the foot of her bed, and then you see like off camera like the child has like a very big tapestry of like Disney princesses, and you're just kind of like, oh, it's probably because they're seeing that at night and they're like getting scared by it. What if it's like, oh yeah, I see him dancing in my no, dude, you've just been, you know how you see the after images? You've just been staring at the dancing baby for too long.
It's been burned into your brain.
It's burned in there.
It's seared into your synapses. Yeah.
Don't let him get your other eye, because at this point it'll be the Sandman in one eye and then the Ally McBeal dancing baby in the other eye.
They're sharing the void.
They're sharing the void, and that's all. I can't believe we thought of the same exact stupid fucking thing. God, that's a meme right there, guys.
That's it. That's how it works. That's the power of memes.
That's culture where quite literally nothing was said. Nothing was said.
All right, let's give our point.
Okay. All right.
Scare factor.
Scare factor.
0. Now that we've thought of the Ally
No,
McBeal,
yeah.
it's gone. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, OP.
Not a knock on you as the author.
It's a knock on us.
Sorry.
I think. We're not intellectual enough.
No, we're chronically online. It's a problem.
We gotta log off. Okay. Storytelling.
The storytelling overall pretty decent. I gave it a, what do you think, 3.5, 4, somewhere?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5 because it was like, it's, we ruined it. It was our fault that we saw the little dancing baby. But if we hadn't seen like the dancing baby at all in our lives, like this is like, there's an image that comes with it, and I do want you to look at it. It's like, it's a good picture.
Fucking baby.
What if I did just send you there's an image of it, and it's just, it looks really familiar. But no, I'm serious. Like this could be in like one of those like scary stories to tell in the dark books.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, and even this picture itself.
It's kind of it's very what's that technique? Crosshatched.
Yeah.
Shading technique. Kind of giving Edward Gorey a little bit too. Solid creepy image.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good story, barring the fact that we did see a dancing baby in there. Like, so that's
barring the fact that our brains are broken.
Yeah, that's our fault. I did like it.
What are we thinking?
I like the take on like the phantom limb situation where it's like a phantom eye, and they're like, it's not that they're feeling anything on that, but they're like seeing things.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so I do like that. Maybe
what do we give it?
I don't want to give it a 3. I don't want to give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I did like it. I liked the imagery that I was evoking, aside from the dancing baby.
That's that one particular image that drowned everything else out.
That really ruined it for us. But yeah, I think we don't. Maybe I'm not learned enough in the stories of phantom limbs, but I feel like we get a lot of like the, I could feel it pinching on my arm kind of thing. So to have like the eye, right, kind of thing, I did like that. So I will give it a 3.5. Disgusting factor. I don't like a lane figure that stands there.
Yeah, no.
I do like the picture though. It's a good one.
Good picture.
Good photo.
So, disgust or no?
None at all.
Circus. That was about.
I think disgust was solely for that sword swallowing bit. Stop that. Don't ever do that
Everything
again.
else.
Yeah.
All right, final one. We got a tag, food, and the name of the story is Sprinkles.
Oh God.
You've got to be kidding me. Am I really out of Oreos? Fred rose from his favorite spot on the couch and opened the pantry, furiously searching for the coveted cookies, let alone anything he could snack on with his full glass of milk. Zilch. He sighed as he ran through a separate bag of cookies right after he got home and finished off the last cookie of his chocolate cereal that same morning. It would be another 2 days until the family made the next grocery run, but he desperately searched for something similar he could snack on during his usual cartoon binge. He pulled out a container from the pantry with Jamie cutely written on it and looked into its contents, grinning sinisterly. A treasure trove of sweets, chips, and most importantly, chocolate desserts he could enjoy with his glass. He thought to himself, she doesn't even eat all her snacks anyway, plus she only eats the tops of muffins and picks away at her food like there's no tomorrow, and took a small selection back to the living room. For the next half hour, Fred had the time of his life, living it up with his favorite show and a baker's palate to top it off. His family wouldn't come home for another 3 hours, so he gobbled away big muffins, chocolate crackers, and malt balls. He quickly tore open a glittery bag of homemade sugar cookies from her friends, a common treat that tantalized him for weeks on end, and crunched away the dessert with big, pearly sprinkles. Fred's teeth began to ache suddenly, and suddenly he couldn't stop coughing. He tried to gnash through the sprinkles, but coughed up the remains of his sister's cookies, coated in saliva and blood. He raced from his spot to the bathroom, trampling the discarded bag and a note from her best friend, which fell from the bags, felt not. To Jamie, I know your brother's still swiping at your snacks, so I stuck in some push pins again. You know the drill. It will be way easier if you just had a peanut allergy or something. Enjoy, Caitlin. God, look what a push pin is. It seems like, I feel like you notice push pin.
How tiny are those push pins?
Those are pretty. Yeah. Push pins are not small.
Yeah, okay. I think I have like a fairly decent small one right now.
Yeah.
That you could argue for
Yeah.
it because it's this style.
Right. So that's kind of sprinkle adjacent.
But it's like you
But it's
notice,
just
wouldn't
filler.
you?
I would think so. Here's like maybe I would think like a better option would be like crushed glass. You know.
Yeah, I was thinking
And
like, are
a
these
sugar cookie, like sugar? You know,
like fiberglass?
fiberglass. oh.
The
Yeah.
American way, fiberglass.
Fiberglass. We love it. We know it. We love it.
It's in our bodies.
It's in our bodies. It's everywhere.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, scare factor.
It feels more like urban legend-y.
Yeah, it's like razor blades and apples and
Yeah.
the classic putting shit to hurt people.
Yeah.
Food.
Like you're gonna find Shrek 3 in your Hershey's bar or something like
You
that.
don't want that. You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
So, what are we giving it?
Scare factor?
Yeah.
The lead up to it was just kind of like a regular story, and then he ate the food.
Right.
I thought that there was going to be some lesson of some sort, whether it's going to be like the cookies were made of shit or something. Because
I'm not taking this piece. Then
really quickly, would you notice?
imagine it'd be better if the cookies were made of shit, Ben.
Then would you notice if you
would you
ate shit cookies?
Anyway, so like one on the scare factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One on the scare.
Storytelling.
Storytelling. 2.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, it felt like very like urban legend writing.
Urban legend wasn't blown away by writing on this one.
Yeah.
Solid, and originality. 2.5, 3. I feel bad sometimes giving like half stars. I feel like it's kind of a cop out. So it's like kind of gotta go one way or the other. Sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'll give it 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting factor. Now, Ben, if that cookie was made of shit, would you be able to tell?
I don't know, JD. Would you be able to tell?
I have never consumed.
Taste of dookie?
I've never consumed. I've never partaken.
Nor have I.
I'm media trained, Ben. You can't get me.
I can't speak from experience, but hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if you were to eat,
would you know?
I have never partaken, so I don't.
So you wouldn't know. You're admitting that a shit cookie could get by your radar.
I think I would notice, right? Because, yeah, I would notice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I would notice. I would notice, Ben, because I've never partaken. I would think, oh, this tastes
this
weird.
Is a new one for me.
Yeah, this is
it. Yeah.
That's right, Ben. Get good.
Expanding my horizons here. Yeah. Well, this was a lovely round of creepypastas.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Sometimes I feel like we read a story and we don't read it because for the next round, let's unthink, turn our brains off. Let's just read the story and then, read it, because sometimes we be pausing mid.
Read it twice? I don't want to do that.
No, Ben, just when we're reading, just read it to read it. Instead of
just read it to read it. Okay.
Because we
purely vibe.
Yeah, purely vibe. Because I feel like sometimes we read and think at the same time, which is, which is good for other stuff, critical thinking. But
it takes away from the reading experience.
Yeah, let's just read. Let's stop thinking. Let's not let another dancing baby gift ruin the potential scariness of a story. Yeah. You need to log off online and log into the Matrix. God, help us.
Yeah, this episode hosted by Ben and JD. For a lot of sources, today it was purely Creepypasta Wiki and the random page. All of the music provided, of course, by Yager Frank. Very talented Yager Frank. If you like the show, please tell a friend. And, of course, share a suggestion for a Creepypasta you'd like to hear.
Yes, please.
And, that's about it.